Thank you so much for joining this another live stream Thursday. I'm attorney Jae Francis. I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer based in Chicago, but serving all 50 states. Today is the Thursday, December 12th. Now, every day we're inching toward return of the Trump, and then I do TikTok and YouTube, and then LinkedIn live every Thursday. Thank you so much for joining. I wish all of you peace. And then what I'm gonna do is that I will be answering all the questions, not all, but many questions that you will be asking today. As usual, I will be looking at iPad to look at the list of the questions popping up. I got a bigger iPad. That's Black Friday shopping. I guess item. Then I will be able to look at the list of the questions better. But thank you so much for joining this live. Now is titled as a Trump immigration, with this high anticipation that he will be the president soon. There has been many news about his mass deportations. Obviously, we'll talk about legal immigration, and for those of you who's undocumented, and then also some of you are overseas. So thank you so much for joining this live. And then I'm just making some intro comments. Uh, I I like to make more videos, short and then long one, as much I can. But after it was confirmed that Trump will be the next president, just had nonstop meetings, and then just like super hectic. But I have a good ideas about the next topic, so I'm gonna start with sort of the preview of what I'm gonna make the videos. And then one of the video that I'm gonna make, it will be the short form, YouTube and TikTok, is to a type of documentation you need to carry with you all the time after January 20th of 2025. So I'll come back to this idea about the documentation. RG asked the question, the first one: do you think that marriage-based petition will be affected by Trump's presidency? Answer is absolutely. But based upon his first presidency, major changes on marriage green card case may come back later. So initially, USCIS may start scheduling interview for all pending cases. That's one possibility. It may be implemented right away. Also, you need to be more careful with presenting your case, because according to regulation, USCIS is required to issue the request for evidence. It means that if there's a deficiency, as long as your application is not rejected initially because of incorrect filing fees and then all these initial issues, then the USCIS required to issue the request for evidence. Now, if the USCIS under Trump like to deny the case without giving you at least one more chance, then they need to go through publications and commenting period. Also, I talked about this quite a bit. 944 self-sufficiency public charge, it needs to be published and commented, so it's going to take some time. So the right off the bat, potentially scheduling interview. So we'll see whether that's going to happen first or not. Now I'm just reviewing other case. Okay, thank you so much for asking questions here. I'll try to answer as many. When you see that my hands, touching on the screen, it means that I'm just trying to scroll the questions, because sometimes when I, touch it, then it goes into different order. Okay, so then share WD. What if you have a E80, which is about to expire, but waiting on 601A waiver, and then you file for marriage green card case? Because if you have a pending waiver case, 601A waiver case, it means that you enter without inspection, so you're unlawfully present. I don't think that you'll be able to apply for marriage green card case, which is adjustment of the status. So the share WD, probably I need some clarification to answer any question. Now, Jamshid Hakim asks how long I-130 takes. Well, I mean, there's many different versions of I-130. One is, I-130 filing in the context of 601A waiver, right? It takes about, and then I-130 filing in the context of CR1 spouse visa. I-130 in the context of spouse visa is a little bit faster, maybe 1 year, a little bit longer. But I-130 filing in the context of pending removal proceeding or waiver takes about 18 months, so kind of slow. Okay, Matt Laker, what's your current time from filing until getting green card? So looks like you potentially have a marriage green card case. I mean, for those of you who watch my or follow my TikTok, under Biden in 2024, we had a really good going, right? Some cases approved 17 days and 41 days and 47 days, less than 2 months and less than 3 months. They're all gone. Now we're talking 6 months in most cases. We will see whether cases will take longer or about the same or more under Trump. So we'll keep you posted. What did Jane ask? What is prima facie determination? So this term doesn't really apply to you when you have in like a family base, like marriage and family base. This is the term that you use when you have a pending, when you have a VAWA case, like Violence Against Women's Act, right? The prima facie determination. It means that they think that they're going to approve your case. So like pre-approval, it's a good sign, but it's not final approval. So prima facie determination means it's like pre-approval, and that there's a high chance that your 360 petition could be approved by the USCIS. Now, RG, okay, so you file April of this year, and then you receive EAD and completed RFE. So RFE request for evidence, comes in many different forms. It can be A64 affidavit of support or medical, the relationship, birth certificates, and then, incorrect form submission. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. And then unfortunately, when the USCIS issue RFE and then you responded timely, they don't tell you, they don't give you feedback. They don't say that we review and then completed your RFE. So the next step would be either they approve your case or schedule an interview. It means that they sort of approve your request for evidence response. Okay. Casimero, you got information that if you are going through immigrant visa in Nigeria, you need to, visit the embassy twice. You said you just got this information. I think that you're talking about having two appointments. One is the document submission and interview, because you need to check with your embassy, because in many cases, it is 1 day appointment, a document submission and interview. But some cases, it'll be two appointments. Like one of the well-known posts is Juarez in Mexico. They do it twice with the embassy consulate over there. Okay, share WD. I see. Oh, I see. This is why. So your spouse enter with C1D. C1D visa is a crew. It means that you're flying, your crew member, or like a ships. And then when you last enter with a C1D, then you're not able to adjust your status. Your other option, only available option, is 601A waiver. So that's why you're going through this. And then I want overstay, but yeah. So then, well, I mean, depends on how much, how long he was unlawfully present. Unlawfully present in the U.S. Yes, yeah. So it's waiver, not the waiver. The waiver 601A waiver will forgive unlawful presence. So When you enter with a C1D and get married to U.S. citizen, then you need to go through 601A waiver, not the regular marriage green card case. But thank you so much for clarification. Sure, WD. Uh, uh, well, Chantel's not happy that I mentioned Trump, but he will be the next president. So, just reality. You need to get ready and adjust under his presidency. Okay. So June 86, if you pass your citizenship exam and then pending a decision on N400 more than 1 year and 7 months, what's your next move? Usually this means that, well, I didn't process your case, but N400 cases, they're not pending this much time. It means that they're looking at something that you did in your home country. I'm just guessing. Maybe perhaps military or criminal records that you have in your home country way, way many years ago. So I think that they're conducting your research, your case. You call USCIS and then file the service request. It's kind of difficult. You don't have much option at this point. Okay. Okay. Now you're welcome to join the live, but I know that for those of you who watch my TikTok, when I do Trump immigration, it's just like simply you're happy that Trump is coming back, and then some people just like think that I'm talking about Trump to make money. Now, I mean, you may say whatever you want in my comments, but during the live, I'm not going to entertain any overly partisan comments about the Trump's immigration because that's not the nature of this live. So I'm gonna ignore them, okay? But you may leave your comments, free speech on TikTok and then YouTube, but not during the live. So just be courteous, okay? You may be super happy about Trump. You may be, very disappointed about Trump, but it's about, discussing immigration options and what you need to do with this coming Trump's presidency. This is the nature of the life. So it's not about, hey, I love Trump or I don't like Trump. Just leave it behind, and then we're not doing this during the live. Okay. So the Lennis, with all changes happening under Trump in 2025, who will be able to travel outside the country? I mean, safely, right? The U.S. citizen, obviously, permanent residents with a 10-year green card, conditional residents, right? Those of you who need to remove the condition, you'll get hard time. You'll face tough conversations at the airport with the CBP officers. Why do I tell you this? Because that happened under his first term. So based upon our understanding, immigration lawyers' understanding, what happened under his first term will be repeated and expanded. So, for example, Muslim travel ban will be brought back. Chinese communist travel ban will be brought back. 944 public charge will be brought back. 90-day wait period when you enter with the visa ESTA will be brought back. That's what he's trying to do. He tried to mass deport a lot of people during his first term. He's going to do it again at larger scale. So that's what he's trying to do. So that's why many attorneys, including me, talking about what happened during his first presidency, and then speculating what's going to happen during his second term. Let me drink some water, okay? Now, on UNKMOE4, can you expedite naturalization interview? How long did you wait? I mean, you wait about 3 months to go for naturalization interview. So, but there's no way to expedite it. Okay, so the questions here. Seven, lots of 7 and then Z. As I did my marriage-based green card case. You mean you filed your case in October, you completed biometrics in November, and then you're wondering what's the next step. So the USCIS didn't approve your work permit yet. That's the next step, either work permit or the request for evidence. So work permit or the request for evidence. Okay, so it's the next. So LG just stay in. Looks like you're Canadian. You're a business owner, and then whether there's like a way for you to get like a visa or green card. Uh, I mean, that's not something that I handle. We handle many cases. We don't do this type of case. Usually, we handle cases that has a sponsor. So in terms of the family marriage, you have a U.S. citizen sponsor, right? In terms of the business, it's a U.S. business, but we don't really handle self-employed owners coming to U.S. Maybe there's an investment visa, entrepreneurial visa, but we don't handle that. So sorry. And also, Dinesh asked, diversity visa. We don't handle diversity visa, so I'm not able to answer your question. I'm sorry. Uh, okay. Abid Khan, EB3 unskilled, version, right? EB3 has three different versions: professional, skill, unskill. He's asking whether it's going to be faster. Uh, this is kind of irony, right? Under his first term, the Trump, he said he'd like to bring many highly skilled foreign nationals into the U.S. And then if that were to be the case, then all employment-based cases must go faster because this country needs, working people. But sadly, under his term and under Biden, it became very slow. So I don't anticipate any sort of like a progress in terms of faster EB3 or professional and skill and then skill. Unfortunately, that's not the case. Okay. Now I'm just reviewing this. So the Suad asked the question. I'm just speculating. It's not clear. So you're out of status, you're undocumented, and then see whether you can get sponsorship from your employer. The maximum unlawful employment slash status you can have in the context of employment-based option, employment-based green card is 6 months. 6 months. If you been out of status or engage in unlawful employment more than 6 months, then even though you may have a sponsor, well-qualified U.S. business sponsor, then you don't get a green card. You need to be very careful with that. Okay, so yes, homeboy Mal asked the question: are you accepting asylum cases? Absolutely, we all accept affirmative with the USCIS, defensive asylum with immigration court. For those of you who watch my TikTok and YouTube, I'm gonna talk about one of the recent one. Our affirmative asylum case from our client from Africa. He was persecuted in his country for bisexual orientation. So we help him help with his asylum application with the USCIS. He entered with a tourist visa. In fact, this case, he entered with a C1D, but asylum, you're okay to enter with a C1D. So you're not adjusting your status. So his case was approved 5 months after applying for asylum. You may wonder, like those of you who watch my live may wonder, like I've been waiting 7 to 9 years. What's going on? And this is unfortunate and unfair. But newly filed cases now are scheduled for interview really fast, and this will happen under Trump. So this happened under his first term too. So newly filed asylum cases will be scheduled right away. So let's dial back. When Trump became president 2017, the cases around that time, 2017, scheduled for interview 30 days later. 30 days later. But the cases filed prior to his inauguration, still waiting. Still waiting. It may happen again. So just like if you have a good case, thank you so much. Thank you so much for Rose gift. You need to file your case now or after he becomes U.S. president. We handle all kinds of asylum cases, highly successful. So thank you for asking that question. Yeah. So then, Manu, you have a EB3 case. You're frustrated because it's so slow. You're just sorry that it's just like concerned. Mind your business. Okay. Are you concerned about deporting DACA recipients? And then, okay, it's kind of a little bit confusing. Your second and third part. Now, so I mean, all of you know that when Trump became president in January 2017, right? And then about some month later, September of 2017, he tried to cancel. He actually canceled DACA program altogether. And then because of litigation, right, the USCIS now allowed to accept only renewals and DACA Advance Pro, right? No new DACA cases accepted by USCIS at this point. So will Trump cancel DACA right away? He may do it again. He may do it again, but will he be able to deport DACA recipients, like AKA via mass deportation? I don't think so. I don't think so. As long as your DACA status is valid, you have a deferred action. It means that you're not subject to deportation, right? So number one, and then if your DACA expires because the Trump doesn't allow any renewal, then if they want to deport you, then they will put you into removal proceeding. So let's talk about expedited removal. This is another video topic. And then I mentioned that there's a certain documents that you need to carry on January 20th and after every single day. Why? Because if you entered the US less than 2 years ago, so just repeat, if you entered the US less than 2 years ago, then USCIS, if you're out undocumented, you're out of status, then ICE, right? All these agents sent by the Trump may put you into expedited removal. It means that you're not put it into removal proceeding. It means that you have a chance to have a trial before immigration court to see whether you have a relief to stay in the United States or not. Expedited removal, in contrast, you don't have any of this. They will put you into mass deportation camps and they will send you out. So it is really important to present and then possess a legal document, right? Legal document or some sort of document to show that you've been here more than 2 years. So it can be, for example, if you have a pending case with the immigration court, notice to appear is the good document to carry. If you're conditional residents, carry your green cards, right? Any documents that show that you've been here. Tax return, bank statement. If you don't have any of these, like immigration paperwork, must carry and present. And then for those of you who are permanent resident, carry your green card with you. So sorry, it's a little bit slow down here. Sharma, how much is the work permit renewal fee? Now, I mean, it depends on type of the work permit renewal, right? It can be asylum based and others. I'm not sure whether you're talking about USCIS fee or attorney fee, but I don't talk about the filing fees and then attorney fee during the live. So I'm gonna skip. Just give me 1 second here. I'm just reviewing this. User PK79, your husband is a U.S. citizen. Good for you. Are you in the U.S.? And then did you enter with the visa? Call us. You may have a marriage green card case. If you're overseas, then you have a CR1 spouse visa. Call us. We can help you. Now, Mama Do, what about asylum seekers? I'm not sure whether you're asking this question about whether you'll be subject to mass deportation or not. I'm gonna discuss your case in this context. So, why is it important to have a pending case with the USCIS? like asylum application, right? I mean, when you have an asylum application, then let's say you entered the U.S. Recently and you apply for asylum application, you don't have a work permit and you're in the U.S. less than 2 years. What's the benefits? Then if you have a pending asylum case and if they ever, uh, you know, you know, put you into this, expedited removal pathway route, then you can ask the government to cancel your removal. So you can do that. But if you don't have any case with the court, immigration court or USCIS, then you don't have any like a claim. You don't have any ground to cancel your removal. So it's absolutely important to apply for asylum. If you haven't done so, call us and then we'll help you out. Okay. Now, Shinda, I think that I'm a little bit jumpy here. Shinda, is there interview for 751 cases? I'll tell you this, our case, the 751 removal of condition cases jointly filed as of today, no interview, 100% no interview. If you do it individually, it means that you're married but going into divorce, or if your spouse abusive, then I would say 50-50 that USCIS will schedule an interview. We're highly successful, by the way, but they will schedule an interview for you. And then also, you need to be aware that if you file individually 751 petition, then it'll take 3 years, 3 years instead of 18 months or 2 years. So it's longer process. Let me drink some more, okay? Okay, so user BK79, you had an interview in March of 2024, and then you're still waiting. Now, I'll tell you this, under Biden, and then up until now, if that were to be case, like for example, user BK79, you waited, like including interview, more than 1 year to get a decision from the USCIS, looks like you have a marriage green card case, then you could file mandamus lawsuit. I mean, you're suing the USCIS and complaining that they're too slow. You ask them to either approve your case or, in your case, schedule another interview. But nowadays, the USCIS and US attorney are pushing back instead of settling or getting the case out of this long pending list, then they will fight you. So it's kind of difficult. So when you have a case pending after interview, you don't have many options anymore. Like you can try the senator, it's called congressional assistant, but they don't really help you. You can call USCIS and file service requests, but they don't really tell you, and then it takes a long time to get any response. So for if you have a case pending after interview, whether it's N400 or adjustment of the status, not much options anymore. It's unfortunate reality, not much option. Oh, okay, so I see. I'm just reviewing this. Almost done for the today. Shanice, how long does it take to get a receipt notice? Depends, but usually 7 to 10 days after you submit everything to USCIS. 7 to 10 days, everything to USCIS. I'm just reviewing, and then I'll try to answer some of the questions. Redcom, you asked the question. After January 20th, it means that when Trump becomes next president, can a spouse remain in the U.S. and file, or do they have to go back home? Depends, right? Depends. But if you got married to U.S. citizen, call us. We can help you. Even if you overstay your visa, you can apply for marriage green card case. But depends on who you have a petitioner and sponsor. Okay. So I'm gonna wrap it up. So every Thursday, I mean, it can be different title. It can be fiancé visa. It can be Trump immigration. Every Thursday, I'll talk to you, my TikTok viewers and YouTube and the LinkedIn. But because of the Trump's presidency, we have it just I wish I can make more videos, but I will do my best. But we're quite hectic. But I ended up hiring more steps, or ready to process more cases. We're ready for Trump. But more than anything, I wish you a peace, and then good evening, and then I will see you next Thursday. Until then,